I proposed to my girlfriend twice over 4 years. She rejected me both times and I finally walked. We met during sophomore year of college. She was magnetic, loud, passionate, always dreaming out loud. The kind of girl who said things like, "I want to be a young bride," or "When I get married, I want the whole fairy tale." She talked about kids, rings, a beach wedding in Hawaii, and I listened. I dreamed with her. We moved in together right after graduation. At first, it felt like we were on the same page, building a life, planning a future. I worked 2 jobs to help us stay afloat. She studied for her master's, said she wanted to get herself together before settling down. Fine, I could wait. 2 years in, I bought a ring. It wasn't flashy, but it meant something. I knelt in our living room and asked her to marry me. She burst into tears, then whispered, "I'm not ready." My heart cracked, but I said, "Okay, take your time." I stayed. Another 2 years passed. We grew older, lived together like a married couple without the label. I thought maybe she was finally ready. I proposed again. This time she laughed, then said, "Marriage isn't everything, babe." I smiled back, but something in me broke. I knew then she didn't want what I wanted. That night, she curled up on the couch with her phone, grinning. A message popped up. "Chris, can't wait to see you again." And she smiled, like I never proposed at all. After she laughed at my second proposal, something inside her changed, or maybe it had been changing for a while and I just hadn't wanted to see it. She stopped coming to bed some nights, said she was up late working or just needed space. She started taking more weekend trips, solo supposedly, girls' getaways, yoga retreats, just to clear my head, she'd say. Her phone never left her side, always face down, always on silent. I tried to ask gently, "Is something going on?" She rolled her eyes. "You're paranoid. You think every guy is a threat." I wanted to believe her. God, I really did. But then I found the receipt. I was cleaning out her gym bag because it stank. And there it was. Dinner for 2 glasses of red wine, a boutique hotel room booked for 1 night. Same weekend, she told me she was at Jenna's house watching Netflix and doing face masks. My stomach dropped. Still, I didn't confront her. Not yet. I wasn't ready to burn it all down. I needed proof, real, undeniable proof, because some pathetic part of me still hoped I was wrong, that this was all a misunderstanding, that the girl who used to plan our future still existed somewhere beneath the silence. But that hope, it shattered when I stumbled onto a hidden photo album on her laptop, one she never meant for me to find, and it was filled with pictures of them, together. I shouldn't have found it, but curiosity, it's a curse when your heart already knows. The truth. I logged into her iCloud hoping to back up photos from our last trip. Instead, I found a hidden album titled Safe. It was. Photo after photo. Her and Chris, smiling on hikes, kissing under waterfalls. In one, she wore the silver necklace I gave her for our anniversary, but the worst, a video. She was giggling, whispering to the camera, "He's so sweet. He wants to propose soon." I told him I'm still transitioning out of something. I wasn't a boyfriend anymore. I was a project, a temporary layover on her way to someone better. She never broke up with me. She just waited until she had a replacement lined up. That night, something inside me broke. That's when I stopped being her boyfriend and started being her karma. I didn't scream, didn't throw her phone, didn't even cry. I just smiled and played along. I told her, "Let's do a weekend trip soon, just us." She smiled like I was still the fool. I kissed her goodnight, tucked her in. Then I got to work. I started recording everything. Screenshots of her messages, voice notes of her shady calls, timestamps from her late night walks, every lie cataloged, every whisper saved. I backed up our joint finances and quietly removed myself from the accounts, told the landlord I wouldn't be on the next lease renewal, started forwarding my mail elsewhere. I even made nice with her mom just in case. She thought she was juggling me and Chris, that she could bounce between us until one proposed, but I was building her exit brick by brick and she didn't even know. Then I sent an anonymous tip to her HR asking if office romances between a manager and intern were allowed. I wasn't just walking away, I was setting the whole stage on fire. With her center spotlight. She kept smiling like she'd won, and I planned the perfect time to make her watch it all collapse. It was her birthday. She rented a rooftop lounge, string lights, wine bar, 30 guests, half of them people I barely knew. She wore a silk dress I paid for, posted a photo caption, "Surrounded by love hearts." Chris was out of town, apparently. She looked annoyed that I was coming. Too bad. I had one final gift. I showed up late, wore the same shirt I wore the night I first proposed. Felt symbolic. Everyone clapped when I walked in. She fake smiled. Didn't think you'd make it? I wouldn't miss it, I said. I walked to the smart TV, plugged in a USB, hit play. First photo, her kissing Chris on a hiking trail. Second, them in a hotel room. The same weekend she told me she was visiting Jenna. Next, screenshots of texts. Her telling Chris, I'm just keeping him around till the lease ends. The room went dead silent. Laughter stopped. Wine glasses froze midair. Someone whispered, oh my God. She screamed, turn it off. This isn't funny. I turned it off, looked her dead in the eyes. I proposed to you twice, loved you even when you didn't deserve it. You said no both times, so now it's my turn. I walked over to the kitchen, set the apartment key on the counter, then turned back and said, you don't get to keep me just because you're scared to lose him. And I walked out, left her birthday, her fake friends, and her tangled web of lies behind, blocked her everywhere. Cliffhanger, she didn't chase me, she just stood there holding her wine glass, watching the world she built burn quietly. I moved in with my brother the next morning. He didn't ask questions, just handed me a beer and said, took you long enough. My phone buzzed nonstop for 3 days. Her. I was confused. You weren't giving me what I needed. I didn't actually cheat, we were just talking. But Chris, he dumped her 2 days after the party, told her he wasn't into drama. Guess he liked being the secret, not the main character. Then came the social fallout. Her friends started ghosting her. Even Jenna stopped liking her posts. Some mutuals messaged me saying, I'm sorry, man. That was cold. Remember that email I sent her boss? The one asking if dating a coworker was against policy? Turned out it was. She got a verbal warning, then a formal write-up, then fired after someone forwarded the rooftop video. She lost the guy, the job, the spotlight. Me, I got peace. Cliffhanger. 1 week later, she emailed me, can we talk? I didn't open it. I was folding laundry when my phone buzzed. Unknown number. I almost let it go to voicemail, but something told me to pick up. What? Hello, I said. There was a pause. Then, hi, this is, I'm her mom. I froze. She sighed, voice softer than I remembered. I'm not calling to stir anything up. I wanted to say I'm sorry. I didn't know what to say. She kept going. I'm not taking sides. I know she's my daughter, but what she did, it wasn't fair to you. I swallowed hard. She's staying with Jenna now, her mom continued. She's not doing great. No job, drinking more than usual, crying a lot. I didn't say anything because what was there to say? She ruined a good thing. Her mom whispered she had someone who loved her and treated her well, and she threw it away for, what? Some fling? I finally found my voice. I know, I said quietly. Then something strange happened. She started crying, not loud, just this low, broken sound over the line. I always liked you, she said. You treated her with more kindness than she knew how to handle. I blinked fast. It wasn't the closure I expected, but it was at something. It felt like for once someone saw the whole picture, not just my mistakes, but my heart. Cliffhanger. Right before she hung up, her mom whispered, you deserve someone who said yes the first time. I started journaling, not the poetic kind, just raw thoughts. Honest ones. Most days started with, why did I stay that long? I also started therapy. At first I was ashamed to need it, but my therapist said something that hit hard. You're not broken, you were betrayed. That's different. It took me weeks to believe that. I'd spent years thinking it was me, that I wasn't enough, not ambitious enough, not confident enough, not man enough. But the truth, she wasn't ready. She just liked being wanted, not being accountable. She didn't want a life partner. She wanted someone to orbit her, and I was convenient. Now, I wake up alone. But it's a clean kind of alone. No lies, no silent treatments, no pretending not to notice another guy's name pop up on her phone. Peace used to scare me. Now I crave it. And for the first time since college, I don't feel like I have to prove my worth to anyone. Cliffhanger. Last night, I unfollowed her. And for once, I didn't check back. She sent one more message, just a few lines. I regret everything. I'd say yes now if you asked again. It sat in my inbox for weeks, unread, unopened, like it didn't deserve my attention. But one night, quiet, calm, I clicked it and read every word, not with pain, not with longing, just perspective. She wanted to rewrite history now that her fantasy crashed, but I remembered all the nights she left me wondering if I was enough, all the proposals she turned into jokes, all the smiles she saved for someone else. So I replied, "Too late. You never wanted a partner. You wanted a placeholder." It took her just 2 minutes to respond. "You used to be so sweet," and I wrote back, "and you used to be on it." Then I hit block. Again, not out of anger, not to hurt her, but because that chapter, her chapter, was finished. She wasn't reaching out for love. She was reaching for comfort, but I wasn't her comfort anymore. I wasn't her backup plan. Cliffhanger. I was my own new beginning. I still believe in love. No matter how much she tried to ruin the meaning of it, I know real love exists. I've seen it in friends who treat their partners like gold, in old couples who still hold hands at breakfast diners, in small, quiet acts of loyalty. I haven't stopped dreaming of the moment I get down on one knee, but next time it'll be for someone who doesn't need convincing, someone who sees forever in the little things, not just the grand gestures, because this was never about the ring, it was about respect. And when she threw that away twice, I should have walked the first time. But maybe I needed that lesson to learn what real love isn't. Now I travel more. Took a solo trip to Iceland just to see the northern lights. I started sleeping better, not because I don't miss anyone, but because I don't miss her. I laugh again, not forced, not polite, real belly-deep laughs. I cook now, not instant noodles, real meals for myself, because I deserve effort too. Some days I wonder what would have happened if she'd said yes the first time. Would we be married? Would I be miserable, questioning everything behind her smile? Maybe, or maybe I would have still found the Chris Hart folder just with a ring on her finger. But here's what I know for sure. She left scars. That's true. But I built muscle where she cracked me. She forced me to rebuild. And I'm proud of the man that rose from those ashes. A man who won't beg to be chosen. A man who will never again propose to someone who sees his love as disposable. And if I do get down on one knee again, it'll be in front of someone who doesn't laugh at commitment. Someone who leans in when things get hard, not out. Because I haven't given up. I've just learned to give better. Final line. Sometimes the best proposal is the one you make to yourself. I choose peace.